GM just wired $888 million to keep a pushrod V8 alive. Not hype, an actual check to Tonawanda to build the next-gen small block with new combustion and heat management tricks. That's a statement. It says, "We're selling V8 trucks well into the 2030s, and we're fixing the stuff that burned us." Here's the twist. Ford doesn't have a matching next-gen V8 program on a clock. They're going heavy on hybrids. So if you want one last great American V8 with dates, dollars, and tooling behind it, this is the timeline. After this video, you'll be able to read engine futures like a mechanic reads a misfire. No guessing, just signals. Big talk is free. Machining centers aren't. GM's Tonawanda spend tells you Gen-6 is real, not a press tour fantasy. New equipment, new fixtures, modernized lines. The boring stuff that actually births engines. Money equals intent. If a company expects to sunset a motor, it doesn't drop nearly $1 billion into the plant that builds it. The Tonawanda check wasn't the first breadcrumb. There's a paper trail from 2 years earlier. Before Tonawanda, GM spread almost $1 billion across Flint, Bay City, Defiance, and Rochester. Assembly here, castings there, cams and rods somewhere else. That's not maybe. That's the skeleton of a launch. You don't order blocks, rails, and head machining unless the family is coming. Why it matters. When suppliers and machining cells come online, calendars stop being rumors and start being schedules. So, if the hardware is lining up, what problem are they trying to solve? Lifter drama and cylinder cut tricks scarred the brand story. AFM/DFM ticks, collapses, oil aeration chatter. Owners remember the pain and the bills. If Gen-6 shows even a whiff of that, the internet will light it on fire. That's why the new buzzwords, combustion efficiency, thermal management, aren't fluff. They're an admission that heat and oil control are the mission. Fix the oiling and the lifter architecture, and a pushrod V8 suddenly plays nice with 2027 plus rules. Keep it simple. Same basic OHV layout, because torque, packaging, and cost, but smarter plumbing everywhere. Expect revised oil galleries, calmer lifter feed, stiffer bearing spec, better windage control. Cylinder shutoff gets a remap. Finer windows, smarter re-engagement, and less NVH, so your right foot never hears the spreadsheet. Why it matters. Durability lives in temperature and lubrication. Get those steady, and the rest, sound, idle quality, tow manners, falls in line. You just moved from V8s are doomed to okay. That's how a V8 survives new rules without feeling like a science fair project. The chatter points to the next-gen Silverado Sierra cycle, model year 2027, as the debut. Trucks get it first. Big SUVs follow inside the year. Corvette folks? Different conversation. The LT line has its own story. For the truck world, 2026 calendar/2027 model is the window where Gen-6 needs to walk, on stage, bow, and then go sell $1 million. And this is exactly where GM's path and Ford's path split. Ford's still got great V8s. Coyote and the big block Godzilla family are stout. But there's no public clean sheet next V8 with a date and a plant ramp behind it. Their loud, on-the-record push is hybridizing the lineup, fast. That doesn't mean they can't ship strong V8 trims. It means the headline energy and capex are aimed elsewhere. Why it matters. Only one company is standing up right now and saying, "New pushrod family, here's where we'll build it. See you in 2027. That's not brand wars, that's timelines. Okay, so can a big cube V8 actually pass the class in a stricter school? The 2027 to 2032 standards force cleaner cycles and lower fleet numbers. Translation: you earn survival with cycle tricks, not miracle wishes. That means tightly controlled cylinder deactivation, precise spark and mixture, aggressive thermal mapping, maybe a mild hybrid belt starter on certain trims to clean the city loop, and smooth stop-start. Mechanism in one line. Cooler oil, steadier temps, smarter lifters equals fewer parasitic losses and fewer oops moments. That turns a big engine into a smart, big engine. And if they pull it off, your towing day actually gets better, not worse. Picture this. Same 6x12 trailer you always haul. Instead of hunting gears on mild grades, the truck holds a taller gear longer because of fatter mid-range and cleaner torque management. Cold starts? Quieter. Idle? Calmer. Highway? Think small but real gains. Call it a couple miles per gallon on certain trims when specified right. Will there be a mild hybrid variant? Wouldn't shock me on premium packages where smoothing and city cycle credit pay for themselves. You're no longer shopping for badges. You're shopping for calibration and thermal strategy. That's how the pros do it. If mid-cycle targets tighten another notch or certain states stack extras, some trims may get detuned or pricey. Running EV and ICE CapEx in parallel isn't free. The best version of Gen 6 probably launches on higher trims first. The lifter meme is loaded in the chamber. One viral failure story can nuke the narrative. GM has to overfix it, not just fix it. But there's an upside most people miss, and it's not about power at all. When a company commits billions to a fresh engine family, the parts stream becomes inevitable. Cams, pumps, gaskets, sensors, available for years. If you wrench or you rack up miles, that matters more than any brochure number. You won't be stranded 3 years in because a supplier bailed. Why it matters? A last great V8 only earns that title if you can still buy a lifter or an oil pump at 160,000 miles without playing eBay roulette. So, what do you do with this timeline if you're in the market? If you're ordering a new half-ton this year and you're V8 or bust, ask yourself 2 things. Will you keep it past 120,000 miles? If yes, waiting for the first Gen 6 trims might be worth it for the oiling lifter peace of mind alone. Do you live in city cycles and tow occasionally? Keep an eye out for the trims that pair the new V8 with mild hybrid hardware. The stop-start and torque fill will make the truck feel lighter than the spec sheet. If you're buying used or grabbing current gen, no panic. Just choose the powertrain with the cleanest service record, stick to proper oil intervals, and avoid tunes that spike cylinder pressure during shutoff events. And here's the one sentence that changes how you follow engine news forever. Follow the money and the tooling. Press quotes are marketing. Purchase orders are prophecy. If an automaker names the plant, funds the machines, and gives suppliers their lanes, the engine is real. If they don't, it's a slide deck. Now you can call BS at a glance and pick winners early. Different strategies, same scoreboard. Ford's betting hybrids scale faster. GM's betting one last optimized pushrod keeps the cash cows fat under tougher rules. Only GM has a brand new V8 program with specific factories and a near-term launch cycle tied to mass-market trucks. That's the edge, not sound bites, calendars. And if you want to spot exactly which trims get the best calibration, here's what's next. Next week, I'll break down which 2027 truck trims are likeliest to get the smoothest calibration and any mild hybrid pairing, and how to read the order guide without getting upsold on shiny badges that don't move the needle. Subscribe if you want that kind of nuts and bolts help. This channel is real data, shop logic, not press day glitter. If this timeline decoder helped, hit sub so you don't miss the trim-by-trim guide. That's how you go from hope to spec right. GM just bankrolled the last great pushrod era. If they nail oiling and lifters, Gen 6 becomes the tow-friendly, MPG-smarter V8 people brag about in 2035. If they miss, the rules and the memes will bury it. Ford can't match the timeline because they're chasing a different win. Hybrids at scale. Pick your flavor, but don't say nobody showed you the calendar.